And you find people with levels of zeal, as though if in 1 week God does not anoint them, they will destroy the whole world. 10 years later, you will see some of those people, they are not even born again. You stumble across a brother who was on fire when he was on campus. What suddenly happened? If you are fearful and you do not have the staying power, you can go back. Can I tell you this? In this journey of thy kingdom come, in this end time, God is not forcing men. There are men who will actually say, I am satisfied being born again. I don't want to be useful. The Bible calls them vessels of wood and of clay. They are all in the house. But in a great house, there are categories of vessels. All of them are called vessels, but there are some that are unto honor. There are some that are unto dishonor. These are the vessels unto dishonor. If you feel you are tired of ministry after 4 years of seeming lack of results, and you no longer can stand upon the confidence of what you heard, go back home. Go back home does not mean you backslided. Go back home means God can replace you with someone else. Can I tell you this? I assure you that in this end time there will be replacements. There will be replacements. There are people who out of their volition will come and say, Lord, you know what? I am tired. I've given you what I think is my best, but this Christianity thing is not going anywhere. I remain satisfied that at least I will make heaven. But as far as being at the center of your program is concerned, I am not interested. And God will respect their will. So don't be surprised that you can see people on fire today, being used mightily by God, and tomorrow you'll find out that it looks like that fire has gone down. They are still Christians, but they were part of that 22,000. But if you truly came for this conference, you must obtain grace from God to pass that test. And Lord, I'm not going anywhere. How big is bowing down all of the days of my life. How big is bowing down all of the days of my life. How big is serving you all of the days of my life. How big is serving you all of the days of my life. That I'll be worshiping all of the days of my life. I'll be worshiping all of the days of my life. That I'll be loving you. It's all of the days of my life. I'll be loving you all of the days of my life. Listen, when I started with God, I burnt the bridge behind me. No going back. There is no possibility of going back. I've lost my ability to say no to God. It's an ability that I surrendered at the altar. Can I tell you this? The move of God that is coming, just because you are aware that God is using men, does not mean you will be part of it. It will take men who are bold enough to be controversial and yet comfortable, bold enough to lay down their reputation and be comfortable, bold enough to be called stupid and yet comfortable, bold enough to be said something is wrong with you, we are sure you are a loser, bold enough to take the mockery, bold enough to take the shame. Test number one for that army is the test of courage, the test of conviction. There are men and women of God who got into ministry because all their contemporaries were in ministry. There are men and women who got into ministry because everybody around